Vampire overthinking at its best.
No, the light's like not half bad either. Kind of sucks on your face because you're right underneath the light.
Well,
there.
fuck you. It's okay, there's not much worth looking at.
Alright, let's see. I don't even know how to bring these in. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Scott's Hormonas, Shoes and Chouettes, welcome to a day in the mind of CO Show. And we're gonna have Chris here to talk with us about stuff.
So you're not just talking to yourself?
Yeah, so I'm not just like babbling, because it does kind of seem like I'm just babbling most of the other times. The other 2 times that I've posted. I would like to do this regularly.
What were the other 2 again? There's Vampire Boners.
There was Vampire Boners, and then being shrunk, and like the logistics of being shrunk.
Yeah, I remember you talked to me about that like for 10 minutes.
Oh, dude.
At the VCC
it just blew my mind when I thought of it, because it was one of those times, and that's what this like series is supposed to be about, kind of, is like one of those times when you think of something and it's so earth-shattering to you and only you that you just like go on a heyday with it. So like with the being shrunk thing, I was just like sitting there totally paying attention in class one time, and this is all in the video, doesn't matter, totally paying attention, and then it's just like, shit, man, if you got shrunk, you would like weigh the same. Like, and I just went crazy with it, and everybody got really annoyed with me. And that's usually how it goes, is like people don't hang out with me for like a week after I think of something cool.
Some cool down time.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, you know. So today we're going to talk, if we only do one, then it'll be this one, but we might do more. We're going to talk about respecting your elders, because I have opinions. Sorry also about the facial hair. It's almost time to get it off, which is awesome.
Are you doing No Shave November?
I am, yeah.
I thought about doing that, and then I remembered how much I hate not shaving.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
It's really awful.
I think this is going to be the
Quite
last
bad.
year.
Yeah.
Until I'm like 40 and I can actually, like, I have these little guys right here.
Yeah.
They're gross, man. Feels like 1,000 spiders' legs are growing out of my head. Doesn't matter. Respecting your elders. What do you think about respecting your elders, Chris?
Well, you have the strongest opinions on this matter.
I do.
Perhaps you should say
Alright.
first.
So like people always say respect your elders, just because they're older than you, and they're like wiser, you know, and that's the thing. But the reason that became a saying was because like way back when, to become an elder, you had to like live through shit. Like you had to survive to become old. And so that's why like old people were respected, because it's like, oh yeah, they probably had a few scrapes with death and they're like still kicking, so we should respect that person and learn from them. Now if you're an idiot, you will make it to like 100 because just the whole survival of the fittest is out the fucking window, and like if you're dumb, you'll also live. There's no reason to be smart in this world. Like, almost no reason.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay, well, that's a different argument. But, like, I've seen some old people that are just so dumb. And not, like, dumb, like, oh, they didn't have the chances to learn what I learned. They have, like, no common sense. Like, I'm surprised that they have lived to the point that they've lived at, but they have because we take care of people so much and coddle them so much that they don't need to survive against anything.
Is this your non-partisan criticism of the welfare state?
Probably. I don't know, man. So my general thing is, we should definitely respect elders who deserve respect. And like anybody should be respected as long as they deserve respect, or if you can glean anything from a person, they should be respected. And in my eyes, everybody is respected until proven otherwise. For me, personally, it's not super hard to lose my respect because it's, you know, pretty low bar. But, like, if I meet you and you're like, okay, you're decent to me, I'm like, yeah, okay, I respect that person. That's fine.
Sure.
But just, like, saying old people in general need to be respected.
But do you think, so, like, if somebody doesn't, it like, actively earns your disrespect, just like any other person, do you think that the standards are the same for old people?
If to earn my disrespect?
Yeah.
You know, it's probably a little easier. I'd probably go a little
easier for the old person.
No, probably easier for them to keep the respect. Because, like, I do give them a little leeway because they were raised in a totally different time. Like, they didn't have half the, like, well, not even half the shit. Like, we have access to information, like, from anywhere, and it's so easy. And, I just said, well, I don't want to say, okay, right now, because my phone might be like, what did you want? But I could just like say, okay, and it'll be like, oh, like the other, like what was it yesterday? The man with two penises. Like I was like, I could just. Oh, I thought I just did it, but I could just like say, all right, and then it'll just pick up all the audio.
Give some context to the viewers.
All right, so sorry about that. It's just so cool that it'll search it for me, and I just like said okay, and then said penis, and he was talking in the background, and somehow it picked up man with two penises.
And we learned that there is a man with two functioning penises.
Two fully sized, fully functioning penises. All right, good for you, man. You could pleasure probably 0% of the ladies because they would all be freaked the fuck out. You have two full-size penises.
I don't know. There's probably somebody who's in.
Oh, I'm sure there's.
Yeah, there's probably.
Yeah. But if I was a girl, even if I was a dude, and I was like, hey, yeah, we're having a good time. Let's go back to the bedroom for the first time with this person, and like I get down and see their goodies, and it's like they got two of them, and I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I don't know what STD this is, but...
What? Go to your doctor. What STD makes you grow a second thing? None of that.
As far as, like, different eras go, my great-grandma, before she died, I think a year and a half ago, had said that... Because she was, like, 93 or 4.
Yeah.
That, like, the biggest difference between... then and now is medicine, as far as information goes.
I bet. I mean, you could probably easily find how to do an appendectomy on YouTube. Like,
still haunts you?
No, it's just the one that I always think of, like, because that's a pretty minimal surgery. But like, yeah, like the information access is ridiculous. Like, we could find out shit you had to go to school for years and years to find out, and then even then it was really hard. And we're just like, oh. Look at that! Yeah. This is how you turn a penis into a vagina. You split it, and then it... That is
so but you don't think... So but you're willing to give elders a little bit of a break as far as earning disrespect goes.
Yeah. Because, like, I do give everyone, like, a pretty... I'm pretty lenient, because even if you earn my disrespect, you could easily earn their respect back. Maybe you're just having a shitty day. I understand that everything is relative to every person's story, but, like, I probably do give old people a little more leniency because they just have so much different for them that, like, it can be hard. Doesn't mean that they're not an idiot. Like Biff from Back to the Future. Like,
he's the blonde guy, right?
He's the bully that, like, he's always...
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Futurama.
Oh, no, Back to the Future.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
So Biff from Back to the Future, like, fucking... He was just because he was in the 50s, or well, Biff's dad, or I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. Just because he was in the 50s, and like,
wasn't it the 80s?
Well, when he went back to the 50s, to 55.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, just because he was in the 50s doesn't mean that he wasn't an idiot. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Just because it was the 50s doesn't mean that he's any less of an idiot because of the information. And like, when he gets old, he's still an idiot when they jump forward to 15, and like, it's just like you can still be totally, I don't want to say worthless, but you could be a piece of shit when you're old too.
So your opposition to the notion of respecting your elders is just that it shouldn't be taken as like a categorical, like,
well, it's an old
universally
phrase,
applicable.
Yeah, a law. Yeah, it
I don't
be
think
a law.
I don't think anybody. I feel like nobody would actually defend that hard line.
Yeah.
Respect them all the time.
A lot of people, like, I mean, just think about, like...
Because there's some old people out there that are pretty bad, you know.
Yeah.
Charles Manson.
Lots of old people. So, like...
Who else is old? Fidel Castro. He's
Fidel
old.
Castro. Fuck, man. So, like, I guess my point is, like, why should that be the saying or the law or the rule or whatever, when really it should be, like, give everybody respect until... they're in disrespect or whatever.
Sure.
Or in that case, like, if you are specifically talking about older people, like judge them for what they are rather than like they're old. Respect them, you know. And judging doesn't always have to be bad. I don't mean it like that. But like,
I
sit there.
Nothing bugs me more than when people say you can't judge me. Like,
Can't
yeah,
judge
I
me.
fucking can. And
First
I fucking
off,
will.
First off, yes, I can. And second, it doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I can look at you and be like, that's a good person. I just judged you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. But even if it's not, like, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. What are you going to do? Yeah, so, like, I think that we should chuck that and just, like, treat them like everybody else. They have to work until they're fucking 80 anyway if they want to sustain their life anymore.
One thing I always think is sort of with regard to that question is just like elders as being supposedly wiser is like
Yeah.
a lot of times they're like Walmart greeters,
Yeah.
and I imagine some of them are just bored with their
Bored or just need a little bit more money because the Social Security wasn't working out like
Well,
they
yeah,
hoped.
But that's the thing too, though, is like some of them, and you know, retirement planning doesn't always go great, but some of them I'm like, you probably should have been a little smarter when you were
A little bit.
a little smarter.
And that's the thing, like, I can't judge them for not being smart with their money because, like, if they were in, you know, like, the 40s or 50s at all, that was the time when you just, like, threw your money away because you didn't know if we were going to die tomorrow. Like, because all the shit that was happening.
40s, yeah. Not
Yeah,
really.
well, the
50s,
50s
pretty good.
The
economic.
50s came, like, right, yeah, it got a lot better. It was, like, a steep incline. But, like, the Rat Pack and, like, Frank Sinatra and stuff, it was, like, the poster child because it was, like, we just went through all that shit. Like, the world's a bad place. You should just party it up. And so, like, people were just, like, throwing their money away. Same story with, like, the 20s. And then shit went wrong.
Well, that's a long political economic debate to get into.
Yeah, it's true.
But the general thing is like, just to contribute to your notion that not all old people are wise as a rule,
Right.
is that there's a lot of them that obviously haven't been very smart with their time and their money.
With the things they were given in this world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I think. You guys can agree or disagree in the comments below. Also, do you like this crazy infinite universe that's going on right now?
That you can only see one of, really.
Well, maybe if it gets bigger on a computer screen, maybe I'll be able to see a third one. And then maybe if I zoom in, enhance. Yeah.
Ed, enhance.
Zoom in, enhance. All right. Well,
have you seen that that typing or there's like a spy parody sketch, or not a spy, like a cop, and you know how like in like CSI,
yeah, they zoom in
they like
and like
they,
fucking see a reflection off a bumper. And,
yeah,
and
there's like this sketch that just takes that to an absurd degree.
Okay.
And at one point they're like calculate derivative frequencies or something like that, and the guy's just like on the keyboard, and then he has like a hacky sack and just like throws it at him. Oh man, I'll have to show you that later.
That
It's
was
pretty
the
good.
dumb, I don't know, probably college humor or something, but like, it was the zooming in on the iPhone, and like, he kept zooming in and it like went all the way down to atoms.
Atomic
like,
level, yeah.
And then he did it again, and like, it zoomed in, and like, inside the atom was God on the toilet. Like, like what the fuck, man? That's so dumb. Okay, well.
Anyway, so
see you all.
respect people who deserve
Yeah.
respect and
And fuck old
fuck
people.
all the other. I wasn't gonna say fuck old people, just fuck everybody else.
Well, old people need fucking too, so.
They probably do.
Go do charity. Fuck an old person. You
I
put
bet
that on your CV.
there's
like
probably
charity work.
I wonder if there's like a voluntary, like a thing you volunteer for
Service.
yeah, for old
Okay.
people who haven't had sex in a long
Like
time.
maybe prostitution.
Which reminds me, Toddy and I were at dinner the other day, and there was like this couple, like 40s, maybe early 50s, with this young woman that they didn't seem to be related to. And I was like, is this like some like,
is this the setup?
is this a setup for a threesome that they've just paid for?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I'm sure it
I'll take
happens.
you out to dinner.
I'm
real
sure it
fast.
happens all the time.
Yeah, man. Or it could be their what is that, consort or whatever, where it's like, well, she's not really our family, but you know.
She fucks us, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So we give her things.
All right. Well, we'll see you all in the next episode or on another time.
Bye.
Bye. Yep. Nailed it.